So we're going to go slowly. 1, 2. That's my slash. That's my thrust. He's going to commit. And then I follow. Okay? So I'm baiting him. 1, 2. That's my slash. I come back up. He's going to defend that. I switch to my slash. And then I finish with my thrust. And again, if you look at the strikes again, that's the first side of my A. Right here. Then he punches. That's the second side of my A. 1, 2. And then you finish the A right over here. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to go into what we call Alfabeto Numerado. This is from the Pekiti Trisha curriculum, all right? There are 3 finishes to the technique that we're going to do. But we're going to work the finishes first before we get into the actual technique. The finishes are assuming where he's striking from. Let's say he feeds a number 2. This is all from a medium load. That's a medium load position right over here. So he's feeding a number 2 strike. I'm going to do a deflection or a luak right over here, jab, and a redondo. That's number 1, assuming it's coming from my right side. So from here, slowly, I'm going to deflect, jab, and redondo. And I'm stepping back just for safety. I'm going to strike anything that's in the way. If his arm is in the way, he's going to hit the arm, his hand, his elbow, his head, his temple, his nose, whatever's in the way. All right, just step back for safety, and that's a circular strike or redondo. One more time. So luak, jab, redondo. That's assuming it comes from my right. If it comes from my left, I deflect. Go again. Follow through the strike. I deflect, I ride, jab, and then redondo again. One more time, slowly. Deflect, jab, and redondo. That's assuming it comes from my right. If he's standing and he does nothing, I initiate. So I kilat, or I abanico on top of the head, jab, and then redondo. 3 options. Option number 1, option number 2, and option number 3. Those are the 3 options to finish the technique that we're going to do shortly. Any repeats? Yes, no? One more time. Okay, switch sides. He feeds the number 2, a luak, jab, redondo. Again, these are all from your medium load. He feeds a 1, deflect. This is called a cambiata or cadena real. Jab and redondo. And the third one, kilat, top of the head, jab, and redondo. 3 techniques. Work those techniques with your partner, then we actually go into the beginning of those. Okay, let's try that. Go. Yeah. Okay, so the first technique, I'll break it down, show what it looks like, then we'll do the solo drill for it, right? So if he feeds me a number 1 strike right over here, I'm going to enter 1, okay? Then I'm going to slash, and then I'm going to thrust. Okay, that's my A. That's one side of the A. This is the second side of the A right here. And then the third side is right here. That's my A. 1, 2, and then I finish it. So the solo drill is going to look like this. So you're going to start right over here. Everybody face this way. Okay? Using the forward triangle. All right, we have a triangle here. All right, let's say I'm standing at one corner here. That's the apex. This is the base. So I'm going to step forward with my right and do a high wing. Then I bring my left leg forward and I slash. Bring the foot together and then slash across. And you're back at the bottom here. One more time. So 1, slash, 2, and 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. And the feet should meet at the left side. Okay, that's the motion you're going to use for the next drill, which is going to look like this. So what we're going to do to get inside is what we call pengising. You can do any pattern. It's like a precursor. So I can go high, low, high. Or I can just go stay on the high line. Right over here, okay? One more time. So I go 1, 2, 1. I'm going to tap his shoulder. I want him to commit. Okay? I want him to defend that. Then I'm going to enter. That's my first part. Okay? Now from here, maybe he's going to feed a number 1 strike. I'm going to pass and slash. And then I finish. Now, we can follow up with 3 options. Number 1, he follows with number 2. That's what we just did. Maybe he follows with a number 1. or he does nothing. Those are your three options to finish. Okay, that's your first variation of the technique A. One more time. One. I bait him. He defends. I ride inside. He feeds the number one. I pass and slash. Midsection. And he follows with a strike. 1, 2, 3. Or any of the other two options. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 1. I tap the shoulder for him to defend. Then I move in. He stops my hand. Beats a 1. Slash. Thrust. And then finish. Can we try that, guys? Okay, technique number 2. Now, let's come on a bit closer. So 1, 2, 4 wall again, just like we did before. Now he's going to punch. I'm going to inside gunting and hit the bicep over here. He's going to follow with the number 1 strike again, pass, and again you thrust. And then you finish with one of your 3 options, like we did before. Again, one more time. 1, 2, 4 wall deflection over here. Strike, pass, and slash, or thrust, sorry, and then finish with one of 3 techniques. Any repeats? One more time? One more time. Come this way. Nice and slow. 1, 2, step in. That's my first step right over here. Then he's going to punch. I hit the inside of the hand here. He's going to come with another strike. I pass and thrust. And then you finished with one of your 3 techniques. That's technique A, variation 2. And again, if you look at the strikes again, that's the first side of my A, right here. Then he punches. That's the second side of my A. 1, 2, and then you finish the A right over here. So that's your first, that variation 2, technique A from Alfabeto. All right, guys. So technique A, variation 3. Last variation we'll do. Okay? So this one is going to follow a simple pattern. You're going to slash, thrust, slash, and thrust. Okay, that's your pattern. This is the A. Slash and thrust on the same line. Slash on the other side, and then thrust. Okay, one more time. So you slash, thrust, slash, and thrust. All right, 1, 2, 1. What's the quickest way to finish a fight? With sticks. With sticks. Anybody? Quickest way. All right, 1, 2, 1. Let's commit. That's the quickest way to finish the fight. Right there, to the eyes. Okay, one more time. To the eyes. Okay? So that is now going to help with this drill. So we're going to go slowly. 1, 2. That's my slash. That's my thrust. He's going to commit. And then I follow. Okay? So I'm baiting him. 1, 2. That's my slash. I come back up. He's going to defend that. I switch to my slash. And then I finish with my thrust. I finish the A, and then you have your 3 finishing techniques. One more time. 1, 2, slash, thrust, switch, and then finish. Again. 1, 2, slash, thrust. As he comes over here to defend the thrust, I slash the hand. And then I step across, and I finish. Again, that's to the armpit. And then he's going to follow with one of 3 strikes, or one of 2 strikes. Any repeats? One more time. Okay. Slash, thrust, slash, and thrust. Slowly. This is my slash. That's my thrust. He's going to commit. I change to a slash on this side. And then I finish with a thrust. Went, Josie, Peter. So we're missing a few of them, but this is a small group of the instructors from WCMA. If you guys are in Calgary, feel free to drop by for some training. I also want to recognize Sifu Andrew, who is our latest addition to the PWAS instructor group. So Sifu Andrew is also in the Nisanto lineage as well as myself. All right, so welcome, and thank you again, guys.